It's disgusting. I'm ashamed of the town.
It looks depressing because it's all empty, and it's all empty because eventually they're going to redo it. They're not renewing all of the leases.
The rumours are that it's going to be knocked down.
Right, so we're standing outside St Peter's Church in Evesham, and it's all roped off because the spire is about to fall over. If you look up at the spire, it's tilting to one side, so we don't want to get too close to it. And you know, that's symbolic really of this town. We're only 5 miles away from like the Cotswold area of outstanding natural beauty, area of massive wealth, and Evesham is struggling. It's a town that is, I wouldn't say on its arse, but we're going to go and have a look. We'll go down the high street, there's a lot of boarded up shops. That is symbolic, sadly, of a lot of towns in Britain at the moment. So let's go and have a look. So this is Bridge Street. It's about 11 in the morning, so you know, a pretty prime time for people to be out shopping. Not many people about, and you know, we're going to see in a minute, a bit further down, a lot of Polish shops, a lot of Romanian shops. Here's one. I mean, you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but they're pretty much the only shops on this street. So we're outside the Talbot. It used to be a pub, but now it's been turned into bedsits, and it's pretty run down. And that's obviously typical of a lot of Britain. Like another pub that's gone. Like Carrick Travel, seen better days, but not surprising. Most people book their flights online these days. And Vale Cycles, house clearance, relocation sale, probably moving out of town like a lot of other people. So even the takeaways are struggling here. You'd have thought they're, you know, immune to all this, but not apparently. So that's on this street, which is town centre. It's about 60% that are empty. So I parked off the new Lidl just now. This is the old Lidl. It's been shut for, I guess, about 18 months. No rush whatsoever to reoccupy it. So don't look too hopeful. If you want a haircut, then I got my hair cut here about 6 months ago, £8. Bear in mind it's 15-20 in Oxford, and it was good, you know. So you know, it's not all doom and gloom in Evesham. Yet another empty shop, but this is you know, if you look at this street, this morning about 11:30, a week before Christmas, and it's dead. I mean, where is everyone? Are they shopping at home? Are they shopping online? Are they going to the out-of-town shopping centres? I mean, what's going to happen? Are they going to, because it can't go on like this. I mean, can they not at least, I don't know, turn some of this into houses? So I was talking to one of the shoppers earlier, and he said that there used to be 42 shops in here. There's now 5. You know, a phone shop, a pound shop, and a couple of charity shops, and that's it. It's depressing. This is the main shopping arcade in Evesham, and it's 80 to 90% empty. All of these shops shut. Wow, it's a furniture shop's in business. Wow, but not for much longer. Another clearance sale.
It looks depressing because it's all empty, and it's all empty because eventually they're going to redo it. They're not renewing all of the leases. I'm presuming they're going to redevelop it, you know, because when somebody leaves, they're not leasing it back out again. You know?
Redevelop it, or just maybe put something else
I don't know
here,
what they're going to do with it, whether they'll redevelop it for houses or whether they'll do another shopping type thing. Over the years, it's just got emptier and emptier and emptier. They're just not releasing all the places. They're waiting for it to all be empty, and I think then they're going to redevelop it for something.
What about the rest of the you know, Bridge Street, this street? There's a lot of shut down shops there.
Yeah, this is more depressing, this side of it, because obviously they're not releasing any of it. Everything's now online, isn't it?
Because some people are, I mean, some of these shops have just moved, haven't they, to the out of town, you know, shopping centres or whatever you want to call them.
I totally agree with you. I mean, that in itself, I don't think is a good thing for the town centre businesses doing that. And that's, I'm a delivery driver, I have been over the years. So you would find That's not just here, that's all over the country.
Buckets on the floor, the roof's leaking, it's boarded up there, there's buckets on the floor down there, this is fenced off. They're obviously not going to spend any more money on this place because they're just going to be knocking it down. This has got a to let sign outside it, which doesn't quite tally with what that shopper we just spoke to said, that none of the leases are getting renewed. I mean, that looks like it is. What's gone wrong?
Everything. I should say it's the council, they've just let it go. The public hall we can't use. They ripped the stage out and now the floor ain't safe, so we've been told. They knocked the marine ballroom down, which was going back years ago with Sammy Groves is, and they used to have people come as far as Birmingham to go to the tea rooms and use the marine ballroom. All that's gone.
Oh, hello. My name's Edward Cowley. I'm a journalist and I'm shooting a YouTube vlog about Evesham, about what's happening in the town centre and the decline of the high street. I'd like to put a few questions to the council to get their take on things. Is that going to be possible, please?
They don't want to give the breaks. Their rates are quite high. My council tax alone has gone up, and I would say in the last 5 years it's doubled.
Right, but also for a shop, you know, it's 5 times that.
I'm a retired retail manager, by the way, as well.
Right. People still need to shop, so where are they going?
To the outlets, like Worcester Road, Davis Road, where we live now.
The town centre struggles because we haven't got much retail in this area, so it doesn't bring anybody into the town centre really.
Right.
So for us traders, it's quite difficult. Parking is a bit of there's no free parking in the town centre, that puts people off. There's no big retail here, you know, like in the town centre itself. There's hardly no shops, it's just cafes or charity shops. It's not enticing to bring people into the town. Years and years ago it was a lot older generation. I think the town's changed a lot over the last 15 years. We have a lot of trouble in the high street, more homelessness now that I can see, and it puts people off coming into the town centre. I think makes shops more affordable to rent. I mean, the Riverside shopping centre, for instance, is dead in there because the rents are so high.
The actual arcade itself, right, a lot of the shops have gone, probably 80%. I mean, do you know what's going to happen to it? Is the whole thing going to close down?
I don't know what's going to happen. I know what the rumours are, that it's going to be knocked down and flats put in its place, but I haven't seen anything official that says that.
Right, and you haven't been given notice by the landlords?
We haven't been told, no.
As the lady just said, she hasn't been served any notice yet. And, you know, I'm sure that when this is redeveloped, because surely it must be, look at it, I mean, this can't carry on like this, then who's ever developing it, right, is not going to have these shop holders and the community's interests at heart. You know, it'll all be about the money.
I'm the portfolio holder at Riverside District Council for Economy and Tourism.
We've got 2 territory shops, 1 coffee shop, a bargain pound store and a phone shop. The rest of it's empty, but that's all right because we've got Christmas carols, we've got nice cheery Christmas music.
It's sad to know that they're empty because obviously that's not what we want for our town centres. We want them to be a height of activity and a lot of people, you know, visiting the town and good footfall. Closing will be market conditions, I'm pretty sure, with the difficulties with the economic issues at the moment. We do all we can to try and keep businesses and keep them vibrant and keep them active. We have lots of grants available and lots of support, and I would ask any businesses that are struggling to contact Riverside District Council to see if there's anything that we could do to support them. In terms of overall with the town centre, it's not an issue that just faces Evesham, it faces many town centres, very unfortunately. We were a council that knew that there was an issue with town centres before COVID, with the rise of internet shopping and change of consumer behaviour. So we embarked on developing a town prospectus for Evesham, along with some of our other towns, to really look at a vision of what the town centre needs to be in this changing time. We consulted with stakeholders, with businesses, with customers as well, but local people, and we've developed them. They're online if anyone wants to look at them. I think they're fantastic documents, and they give an idea of what the town centres could be now post-COVID for the future.
How does it make you feel walking around Evesham and seeing this sort of empty shell?
Well, to me personally, it's disgusting. I'm ashamed of the town, the state of it. Because you've only got to look up Bridge Street, Port Street. What a way to come into the town and see Port Street. It's disgusting.
So these are going to be retirement flats, homes, as you can see, but if they're priced anything like the ones where I live in Stowe, they're going to be completely unaffordable. If you're rich and old, you can have a nice retirement. If you're old and poor, you're going to struggle. You've got Morrison's here, you've got all this in this complex, Aldi over there, B&Q, Currys. That's as well as on the other side of town, you've got Tesco's, Next, M&S. So that's two huge out-of-town centres like this. Evesham's not a massive town. Like, why on earth are you going to go into the town centre? What can you get in the town centre that you can't get here? Town's struggling, a lot of businesses are closing. It feels empty, but we're in the old Abbey grounds, right by the River Avon. It's beautiful, in the summer it's packed. Those Eastern Europeans moved into shops on Port Street that were already empty, and so if it wasn't for them, there'd be nothing there at all. Plus, it's important for the Eastern Europeans that live here that they've got somewhere that they can shop where they can get what they need. Nothing to do with the fact that the Riverside arcade is virtually completely empty. That's to do with high rates and the fact that we're all shopping online and at out-of-town shopping centres, the places we were at earlier.
We have a beautiful river and a riverside setting that we want to make the most of, and really it should flip out and that becomes the focus. So the ideas are there, the visions are there. As ever, it comes down to funding and to try and build the projects up. So we have a real goal of what we want to achieve that we believe will revitalise Evesham and bring a really good centre that people will be proud of. But it's taking a while. It's not anything that can be done overnight, and we just need the time to get there, really. It's involving landlords, it's involving people that have the ownership, it's involving investors, and getting those groups together is never easy, unfortunately.
Now, let's go and have a look at this memorial, shall we? There's one monument like this in most towns and cities in the UK. It's to remember the people from around here that died in the First and Second World War. This is the Second World War here and there, probably about 100 names. And this is the First World War. Many more names, probably about 300. So that gives you an idea, really, of the difference between these two conflicts. This is the old bell tower to Evesham Abbey. It's all that's left of it, because Henry VIII destroyed most of the abbeys in the country when he had his row with Rome. Well, that was a fun day out in Evesham. I hope it was also informative. I've got a lot of time on my hands at the moment, so there'll be more videos like this coming out soon. If you like it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers.